We can try to.
Hello, history buffs. Ready for a journey back? Look at this encampment. The spirit of 76 is alive.
Freedom of future.
A true patriot savors these moments, but the fight for liberty calls.
To the encampment for freedom of future.
For liberty. This is what American patriotism is all about. Look at these flags. They represent our fight for liberty.
The hour our liberty is at hand. For freedom is proper. Secure our liberty. My fellow patriots, the hour of decision is upon us. Let us march forth with courage to secure our liberty.
Welcome to my colonial home. Today, Del Payne's work captures the spirit of we fight for independence. And our freedom. Greetings from the encampment. The spirit of liberty is strong. We will fight for our rights and our freedom.
Hour is late. We must enact. To the encampment for liberty. Soldiers, the enemy is near. Front line, flapping.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kim. I am hosting for Today on Thursdays.
I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Kamal.
I'm Alex.
This is my friend Alex. He's my friend now. We met on Hinge and we went on a date. And this is true. He didn't know I had kids. And halfway through, I made a comment about my kid. And he was like, wait, you have kids? And I was like, yeah, it was news to him. And he admitted that if he would have known, he wouldn't have gone on a date with me. But we're friends now. He's from Chicago.
And he's a leftist?
Yes.
Yeah, what should I do?
I gotta call you out because y'all got a lot of beef with Red Pill Men. And y'all be talking all this crazy shit about Red Pill Men and Trump supporters. And I tell you, I've been on a few dates with Red Pill Men and Trump supporters, and nobody's ever had a problem with me having kids. That's crazy. That's wild work. I'm gonna be real.
No, it's not that I have a problem. I didn't know. But I mean, I don't have kids, so it's like, would you want somebody like driving your nice car for the first time? It's like their first time driving. They've never driven
shit.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you wouldn't want them driving your Benz.
You're not helping.
Yeah, but Kim is a full 10. Intelligent.
Yeah, this is true.
Beauty, good mom.
This is true. I'm not denying any of that. My man.
Okay, sorry, Kim. I didn't mean to take over. I'm sorry. I just shocked by it.
No, please do. But it was really funny. I cried, and now we're friends, and Kamal is having a ball about it. But admittedly, and we went into this conversation, I have kids, and I try not to date guys with kids for that same reason, so I can see his point. Lefties for not dating people with kids. We're going to talk about a few a few things today. We're going to go with it. Anyways, we're going to talk about the dollar depreciating in its purchasing power 30% in the last 6 years. And then also into the possible draft and also deployment of troops on the ground in Iran. And if we get to it, James Talarico up in the polls in Texas. What happened? Is something fun in the chat?
I just feel like she
I said, yes, lefties, please don't date people with kids. Please stay away from kids. Stay away from kids. I'm okay with yes. I actually, you know what?
I can feel your gaze. Like it's
I'm good with that. Yes. Stay away from them kids. All right. What clip are we playing first, Kim? I'm trying to. Is it the chart? Which one?
It's you can play the blonde guy.
The blonde.
Blue in the
All right, guys.
comments.
Here we
It's
go. Here we go. Wait. Yeah. This guy, right?
Yes, snaps to Nora. Snaps.
All right, here we go.
That matters in the United States has been going up in price. It's gotten more expensive, while everything that does not matter has become more affordable. Now, hate him or love him, but Trump ran off of this exact model. And it's why the Republicans swept the nation with a red wave. It's because of this chart right here. The United States does not produce any of these products. New cars, furniture, clothing, cell phone services, computer software, maybe that's a little iffy, but toys and TVs, they all come from overseas. And these things all got cheaper over the last 25 years. They're more affordable. You have more of them than ever before. You have a newer car. You have more furniture in your house than ever before in history. You have more clothes in your closet than ever before in history. You have more software services and subscription services than ever before in history. And you have more TVs and toys and garbage that loses value than history. So then after a 92+% inflation rate since 2000 to today, this is what has happened. Hospital services are more expensive than they've ever been. College tuition and fees are the most expensive that they have ever been. Textbooks, the most expensive. Childcare and nursery school, the most expensive. Medical care services, the most expensive. Average hourly wages have not been able to keep up with almost anything, especially with housing being right at almost the total amount of hourly wage that you receive. So you're essentially paying all of your wages to shelter. Most people pay over 65% of their wages every month to shelter. And let's not even talk about food and beverages. This is an absurdity. These are things that we should be growing in our own agricultural zones in the United States. Instead, we sold all of that land to China. And then the rest of it is being imported in at extreme prices because we're destabilizing, as the United States, these other countries' shipping lanes. And that's become a massive problem. So we're going to see in this next couple of years the food crisis, because the energy crisis always takes place first. Then it is the fertilizer crisis. Then after the fertilizer crisis, it is the food shortage. Once you have the food shortage, you have population decline at a faster rate. This is all essentially planned out. I'm not saying that it's some master schemer that's out there that's figuring all this stuff out, which could be the case, but I don't think so. It's just, this is the cascading effect of incompetence and fraud and abuse.
Oh man, Kim, your video bomb. People are saying that they don't like it. They don't like what we just played. They don't want to hear the truth. You know, I was thinking about this today, guys. Whenever I saw this truck in front of me and they had a Trump sticker, you know what I thought to myself? Man, you got scammed too? I feel bad whenever I see people with Trump stickers now, because I think you got scammed too. What you think about that video, Alex?
I agree with you, like the same sentiment. Like maybe like a week or so ago, I just went, well, I'm from Chicago, so Chicago is of course like traditionally blue, but Southern Illinois and the surrounding suburbs are like traditionally extremely red. So I took a trip down to like Southern Illinois, and if you ever go there, it's extremely poor. It kind of looks like the rural South, and it's crazy because you don't see any jobs, you don't see anything lucrative around the neighborhoods, but you see these giant, like, I'm talking billboard-sized, like Trump signs, Trump van signs, Trump's for the working class people, down with socialism, up with conservatism. And it's like, how do you live with this cognitive dissonance, like, where you're preaching this politically, but if you look around at your reality, it's not showcasing any positives of it, supporting this movement, you know.
Kamal, you're living in the state with the highest gas in the country. What's your perspective about that video we just played? I mean, the future seems bleak according to that video.
Nah, y'all stop fucking crying. Y'all getting the prices how we got out here in Cali at this point. Yeah, y'all pay them $8 gas prices. Rent for a 1-bedroom, $3,200. God damn, we been living like this over here in Cali, especially in Dago. It's expensive as hell. But Hey, at the end of the day, though, shouldn't we know this was about to happen, though? They kept telling us like inflation was popping off. You feel me? And that, it's been showing that wages haven't been going up, but the shit for things been going up, right? So I'm not really surprised, you feel me? But let me talk to people in the chat. And Alex, this is what I do sometimes. I'll talk to people in the chat. B Roth the Dick, you said this is boring, so let me spice it up
for you. Your mama's a hoe and a cocksucker.
Now, hope that's entertaining enough for you. I'm gonna be quiet.
Hello again. Kicked me out. I don't know why. I did absolutely nothing. Kicked me out, and it's fine. It's fine. We're here. What did Alex say? Did he say anything right leaning?
No.
No.
Oh, okay, good. That would have surprised me. I'm so sorry, Nora. I'm gonna send you a gift later. I don't know what the fuck is going on today, but
All right, sorry.
the
Let's just
video.
keep it going. I would say when your thing glitches, turn the camera off and just keep talking, and we can always go back and forth texting wise. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going. You're doing good. So which one's the next one you want? You want the one with the dollars down 90% next?
No, the one with the Instagram with the guy on top and the thing on the bottom. It's a guy explaining to. I think he has headphones on.
Are you talking about the blonde guy?
No, it's not a blonde guy. I think he's black. He looked like light skinned black, and it was like on Instagram, and it's on the top and the bottom.
And he has glasses on.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's the one I was first asking you about. He's saying that the dollar's down.
Okay. Yes, please.
Yeah, here we go. All right.
But theoretically, it should be cheaper. Right? It should be cheaper to be able to get groceries now because we have mechanical farms. We have robots that's working. We have more efficient ways. We have pesticides that we put on crops so that they don't just rot or catch disease.
We even got fake food.
Yeah.
And it's selling the fake food allegedly at a premium.
It should actually go down over the course of time, but when the value that you buy these things with does not hold any value, then those things go up over the course of time.
And 25% of all money supply in the history of mankind for the United States of America was printed post 2020. It's scary to have more homes. And even with that, like, I know you're in the process of building, but for everyone who's getting renovations or homes built, make sure that they're actually installing the quality material that you paid for on that invoice. There's a lot of cheap building going on as well. And people are cutting corners. And the crazy part, given this Iran war, like we're going through the airport issue now. They said the 12 days of the Iran issue could have funded everything that they needed for the TSA and airport issue. But they went to the war.
Of course, over $20 billion.
So there was a report. I don't know if you want to mute it. I can't find anything that's not on YouTube. But there's a report that within the last 6 years, the purchasing power has gone down another 33%, I believe. And since the inception of the Federal Reserve, it's down like, I believe, 87 or 90%. So basically meaning like if we had $1 in 1913, we would be able to buy 20 chocolate bars. Now with $1, we could buy maybe a quarter of a chocolate bar. Definitely maybe one recess like this. So that's the purchasing power of Americans going down, even though like that chart with the guy at first, which I've shared many times before, and in my response to the long, no I sent skeptic ones as to why the Democrats and the Republicans are bad on the economy. The things that we need, those things are getting more expensive than things we don't need. Those are getting cheaper. So that's like that's the social contract that we have written up with our politicians where, okay, we want same day shipping on and all this useless consumeristic shit same day, but at the same time, healthcare, housing, education is skyrocketing. Come on, we live in California. California is very expensive. California is the most beautiful state in this great country. And my brothers are from Hawaii. I mean that. And I think San Diego is the nicest big city in California. But it doesn't come cheap. It is very expensive in California. And the last 6 years covers a Democrat and a Republican president. So what do you think it will take for either party to turn this purchasing power around and give more purchasing power to the Americans, or do you think that it's intentional?
Man, just give the shit to the cartels at this point. Fuck it. Maybe they'll lower the price on shit. I'm telling you right now, this shit is gonna keep going up. And you right though about that, Kim. Like San Diego is probably one of the most expensive areas to live in the country, to be honest, right? You know, California all beautiful and all, but at the same time, like, man, fuck this weather, man. I'd rather trade in some weather for some lower prices. At this point, I don't give a damn about it being sunny 360 days out the week. F that. I'd rather drop it down to like 200 days. Let's lower some of that gas prices. Let's lower the rent. You feel me? And also, I feel that sometimes, right, the state of California be in competition with the government, depending who in office. So that's why a lot of shit be high over on this end too. But that's what I gotta say about that.
I was looking at condos in Chicago, and there were some pretty decent condos for like $80,000, $100,000. A condo like that, for context, in San Diego would be $500,000 in the city of San Diego. And I was like,
I know.
I
I'm in it.
It's not even like, and it's not even worth it. You guys could come to Chicago and get better Mexican food.
No. there's
Hey,
good
Kim, you gotta kick Alex off the stage for that one. Hold on now. Wait a goddamn minute.
First he may want to date you because you had kids. Now he trying your people, saying that California. Let's be honest. Next to Texas, there ain't no more. Well, Chicago's probably number 3.
No, Texas, it gotta be number 1.
I've been in Chicago and I live in LA, and the Mexican food is better in LA. Although I will say, Chicago has some of the best restaurants, but it's not the Mexican ones. The Mexican food is better here in LA for sure. This is why we're friends now. No, I'm just kidding.
We're gonna argue about tacos. But I don't know. I think as far as correlating with the dollar, it just correlates to like the petrodollar just getting weaker, and it's probably the same reason we just kidnapped the president, right? Because they know that the dollar is gonna get weaker, and they need, I guess, more gasoline, which unfortunately we sent all.
Are you talking about Maduro?
Yeah, the Donroe doctrine. Like, we're just stealing up everybody's natural resources. Because I mean, obviously everyone knows our dollar relates to like gasoline and how we sell that and distribute that. But I guess it's unfortunate we just kidnapped the guy, and all that gas money we sent to Israel, like $13 billion or something like that. Yeah, I don't think it's intentional. I think
it is. I think that they're making themselves rich. That's also why I juxtapose that with the crypto dollar. I mean, they're fleecing the American people for their own benefit. You see, we have our first trillionaire, we have billionaires, we have all these people with so much hoarded wealth. But like I said, we can get some 90% synthetic fabric t-shirt same day delivered from Amazon. So those are parts of the breads and circuses that they have to keep us happy. Like, here's the social contract is you can be consumeristic American, you can get same day delivery, you can get cheap consumer goods, but you can't go to school because it's too expensive. There is a video of Greg Stoker. Actually, it's another guy, and he's talking like on a podium. Do you see that one?
1 second.
Thank you all for your patience.
Is it an Instagram video or an X video?
I believe it's Instagram. It's a guy like on a podium, and I'm going to show videos of there's also another video of if you want to share that one, there's a guy in a Fox News interview talking about the possible deployment and draft of Americans.
Hey, you definitely didn't send me nobody talking at no podium from Instagram. I look from X. But definitely didn't send me that.
Yeah.
There's a
Well,
clip from Alex Jones, and then
let's
he
play
sent
that one.
me the Alex Jones one.
Yes, he's talking about
Okay.
the possible draft and deployment for
Okay.
wars.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
Trump last year got legislation passed to make the selective service mandatory and to raise the age of conscription to 42 from 30.
This voice hurts me.
It also makes it the law that computers will automatically register you into the draft when you get a driver's license or when you turn 18, whichever one happens first. We can show you those laws. That's on record. People find this so unbelievable that they just live in denial. Now, yesterday, they published on the Federal Register, under orders from President Trump via the Pentagon and Selective Service, vendors that have been given less than a 3-week window, AI companies, to compete for the contract to implement those provisions of the law and to prepare for national conscription for the full invasion, ground invasion of Iran. I am saying right now, 100% clearly, that if Trump tries to implement the draft, which he's doing, but if they actually put the AI in and notice everybody that, okay, you're in the draft now, and they're saying, according to their previous neocon statements this year, including the guy Israel installed in Kentucky, he said, we've got to go ahead and implement the law that Trump passed last year, and we've got to go ahead and get them ready for the draft, and we need to go ahead and have everybody go through basic training because we're going to have to go to total war. We need at least 500,000 troops. That's 500,000 troops, ladies and gentlemen, to be fed into the meat grinder. You've seen all the conscription. We can roll some B-roll of that in case you missed it, of what's happening in Ukraine. New footage out of them surrounding cars and dragging fathers away from their children and taking them off to be at the front lines. And all they do is absorb Russian artillery and drones, and they use the people as bait, as literal cannon fodder, meaning feeding them to cannons is the old term from World War I, to then get targeting on where the Russians are. So humans are now just decoys for the robot wars that we're now in. Skynet is here. Trump admin gives vendors under 3 weeks to create computer simulation model for military draft. The Trump administration selective service system published a request, linked right there, last week asking vendors to create a computer simulation so the agency can test scenarios for a national military draft. They now have 2 weeks left. So 2 weeks. Military Times reported on the news Friday, noting the readiness simulation project comes as the U.S. government is about to change its draft registration system. That law was passed last year. It's implemented right now. And it basically says AI will decide who is going to be drafted. I'm sure that's going to be really fair. Vendors have until August 14th to turn in their simulation models. The U.S. Army also expanded its recruiting pool in March, raising the maximum enlisted age from
Kamal,
30
can you mute Alex Jones, please?
to 43. Clearly, it's up to 43, indicating American forces are.
I don't know if I can do that on my end because I'm not playing the video.
Struggling to recruit.
All
We've got our
right.
video
Whoever
reports
playing the
and
video,
breakdowns. We predicted
muted.
all right there.
So we're gonna have to hear this raspy voice for a minute.
Because unlike the Army, military times, the Army, and all the rest of it, we give you context and background and interviews and predictions months ago that indeed this is all about to kick in for the ground war. And
His voice really is
March 1st,
getting
I did a
worse.
special 3-hour live Saturday show. I walked through everything that would happen. And then if Trump didn't get
He
sense
sounds
and
like
pull
Miley
back,
Cyrus.
it would then mean ground invasion and
Terrible.
implementation of the national draft.
Nora played the video, right?
Under the law.
Yeah. And then Nora went.
Yeah. There we go.
So he's explaining how they're trying to copy what, or at least try to copy somewhat what they're doing in Ukraine with forcing people into service and using them, Americans, as cannon fodder for these wars. I said this last time. I got a little bit of heat, but I wanted to join the military when I was younger. I wanted to join the Marines. I've been told I'm more like an Air Force type of person, but I wanted to join the Marines. And I really do love this country. This is the most beautiful country on the face of the earth. And I am Mexican, so I don't say that lightly. Well, I'm Mexican American. I was born here. but the moves that they're making, and also like soft launching a possible draft and increasing the age of inscription and all of that, I think are all red flags to a further endless war with actual human beings at the front of that, like cannon fodder. Nora, I'll ask you about that. Thank you for your help today. What do you think the Iran war will look like, since, especially after Benjamin Netanyahu went to the White House and sat with his best friend Trump, whose balls he has in his purse? What do you think it'll look like long term? Are you think I'm picturing another boots on the ground like Iraq and Afghanistan?
Yeah, unfortunately, at this point, I don't see another way out of this. What I need everyone to realize is I want everybody on the panel, if you have a 401k, to raise your hand right now. We all do, okay? Like most of us do. I don't want us to be bombing civilians. I don't want us to be bombing Iran. Let me be clear. But I also got to think about the survival of my country, which is the United States, and my interest, which is the United States. And unfortunately, we had a deal. They didn't want to make a deal because they put something in there that we will never get another country to agree to. We cannot tell Israel what to do. That's the reality. And we had a deal. The deal was there. But unfortunately, Israel continued to bomb Lebanon. Do I support that? No. Let me be clear. Hard stop. Those are the oldest Christians in the world. As a Christian, I don't support that. However, they put that in the deal because they knew that's something we could not guarantee, which tells me Iran did not want to make a deal. And I stand by this. Iran funds proxy groups of terrorist cells. Whether we like it or not, whether we agree or not, I don't know if y'all are old enough to remember, but every day in Iraq, people were strapping bombs on themselves and doing suicide missions in the Middle East. So y'all remember that? Do we forget? Who the fuck do you think funded that? You think it's Israel, right? Because again, I got my issues with Israel. Let me be clear. But we can't keep saying Israel, 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 and not acknowledge the fact that they do fund terrorism. They do. Like, that's the reality. And the reason why they put that stipulation in Lebanon is because Israel, now I do believe in the Greater Israel Project, let me be clear, but part of it is they want to teach what do they call them? Hezbollah. They want to teach Hezbollah a lesson. Okay. They want to show them, don't you ever come and send terrorists over here and send bombs over here. And they want to make sure they eradicate all terrorists that are coming after their country. Again, I don't agree with going after civilians, but I stand by, I do believe that Iran funds terrorist groups, in particular Hezbollah, in particular Hamas. Whether we agree with it or not, Hamas, I understand that they're fighting for their freedom because for generations, they've had issues with Israel and Palestine. Let me be clear. That's a different situation. All right. But when it comes to Hezbollah, when it comes to what's the other one? Al-Qaeda, all them people,
the
Houthis. I mean, like, come on, there has to be a point where we have to say, yeah, some of it is Israel, why we're not getting out of this. But a lot of this is terrorism. A lot of this is, and I know people keep saying, oh, they never killed our troops. That's a fucking lie. When they send bombs over there and they kill troops, they're killing our troops. Who killed 17 troops? I'm guessing some people on this panel are going to say Israel. Like, the terrorists, Iran. Like, I don't fully think that all Iranians are terrorists. Let me be clear. But I do believe the IRGC is an enemy of the United States. And because I love this country and because my passport says United States, I'm rocking with my country and I'm going to be loyal to my country. And lastly, I'll end on this note. Unfortunately, we are at the point now where I do believe we are going to have to send troops in because I don't want $10, $12 gas. I can't survive on that. I know millions of people that can't survive on that. So if they don't want to come to a deal, maybe that's what it's going to take. And one more thing. We've become the best country in the world because of wars. When we were the country that led World War II and we stormed our troops on Normandy, that's what made us the best country in the world. I'm sorry, I don't necessarily want war, but war is a part of life. War has been happening since the dawn of time. And I'm rocking with my country, and that's where I'm at.
You do think that they're going to be troops? That's kind of
there's no other way.
Yeah,
they don't want a deal. Like, we can't keep saying Israel, Israel, blame Trump, Trump, Israel, Israel. They have a chance to have a deal. They don't want a deal, and they're the ones bombing Saudi Arabia. They are one step away from bombing a desalination plant over there in the Middle East. And then what's going to happen? People are going to starve. People are going to die of thirst. Is it going to be Israel's fault? Sorry, like we got to have a full fucking stop. Now, I don't think it should just be U.S. sending troops. It needs to be the UK. It needs to be France. It needs to be all the countries joining up, sending troops, and it don't need to all fall on us.
It needs to be Israel.
Wait. Why does this need to be all happening when like none of this had to happen in the first place if we didn't go over there bothering these people? Like
I don't disagree with you.
Closing the strait and attacking us, it's all in retaliation. And according to the great Marco Rubio, the like biggest spineless Latino man in America, he's the one who said out his mouth on live TV, "Oh, we attacked them basically because we thought they were going to attack us."
I think what Nora's trying to say that, which I appreciate Nora's point of view with respect to foreign policy, because I think she is a non-interventionist, but we're already there. And her point of view is, how are we going to get out of there? Unfortunately, and I think it's true, it is going to be boots on the ground. It is going to look a little bit more like Iraq and Afghanistan. And to me, that's sad because Americans are going to die overseas again. They're going to get more people, riled up. They're going to want to sign up and join the military. A lot of people are going to die overseas again. But like Nora said, the other end of that would be $10, $12 of gas, and our lives being decimated. Not something that we caused or something that I agree with, but that's true. I can see though Nora's point of view is Iran should just fend for themselves and keep the whole Lebanon thing out of the deal. She thinks it's intentional that they put that in there because it wouldn't get approved. I can see that a little bit. I actually agree with keeping Lebanon as part of the deal in there because that's part of the reason why it started. But in terms of like short term, I can appreciate that point of view from at least I don't necessarily disagree with it. I don't agree with it morally, but I mean sometimes it is, that way in foreign policy, unfortunately.
And I mean, are we all in agreement like the demographics they're trying to send the war with boots on it, like with this raising the age, and also I saw they're allowing people to start smoking marijuana. Like now you can smoke weed and join the military. So I think it's like a real specific demographic. I think they're taking an Argentinian approach and they're probably trying to send their black and brown people to the front lines.
I agree with that because they do send the working class on there, and if you look at the working class, it is disproportionately, lower middle class are going to be marginalized people. Yeah, this is so sad for me. It's something I wanted to talk about. Is there another clip? I think there's one with Greg Stoker.
Is it an Instagram clip or is it a X clip?
It is Instagram. It's Greg Stoker. If not, then I'm pretty sure it was. So these guys are Veterans for Peace. It's one of the
I found it.
Perfect. They're an organization of veterans who are anti-war. They're called Veterans for Peace, and they organize with the likes of like Code Pink and Jewish Voices for Peace and other nonprofit anti-war organizations. And I really appreciate their point of view. And he's a really, really, really good war analyst. Like he makes really good predictions as to like what way we're going, and he reads the tea leaves very well with respect to like at least what the government allows us to see in the news and what they announce and things like that. Kamal, I have a question for you. Would you enlist in the military?
Hell no.
What kind of question is that, Kim? The fuck?
I'm just curious. Would you enlist in the military?
Hell no. And I don't need to. My knees is too bad. I wouldn't pass the physical test at this point. Hell no.
I would enlist, and I'm thinking about enlisting. I would enlist.
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna surprise you guys. If depending on how bad it gets, I wouldn't be opposed to enlisting and at least having a little lefty dissenting voice in the in the military industrial complex. I don't think they'll let me in if they look me up.
I'm gonna say the same thing the government always tell us Black Americans. Man, I ain't got it. You feel me? These niggas always broke, right? Can't give us our you know what. Well, damn it, I ain't got it either, yo. I can't go over there. I don't got it.
We had a lot of family. My mother was in the military for 5 years. She fought in the Iraq War. She went to Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan. My uncle was actually stationed in Qatar in the base a couple years before they actually just bombed it. He was stationed there, so he was feeling kind of lucky after that. But yeah, I'm kind of good. I'm great on that. I'm not dying for a country that doesn't love me in any kind of shape or form. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense for a Black or brown citizen to go fight in any war for America.
You wouldn't follow the footsteps of your retired military mother and join?
No, I would not. And I tell her that all the time. Like, I mean, I get it maybe for the older generations because basically joining the military provides you with socialist benefits. Like you get housing, you get medical benefits, you get child care, every education, all these free benefits, great benefits. And it's not worth it. Like, but that using that back in the day is how they fooled a lot of people along with propaganda, patriotic propaganda to like, hey, yeah, fight for your country against the crazy Vietnamese, or you know what I'm saying? Like you get these great benefits. So, but I think now with the information we have, like the internet and everybody knowing, obviously our government doesn't care about us. It's insanity. It's a suicide mission. Or like I said, unless you just like, I want those socialist benefits, like that I'm being deprived of it already.
Yeah. Did I surprise you guys? Do you believe me? I think depending on how bad it gets, I would join the
Yeah, because shit is
military.
expensive and you got to think about your future. And I'm gonna be real with you. That's why I said I might do it. Like, I don't care. You get housing for life. I mean, you get the the VA loan. You get, as long as you get you a little banged up a little bit, you get a check for life.
No pay. You don't gotta pay property tax. It's nice.
You get VA loans.
No joke. Like the sergeant might talk about your mom. You gotta take it. Like you can't smack him. You can't go off on. He might say he doesn't like women with kids. You gotta take it. Like you can't go off on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For record, I've never had a guy not like me or not want to meet me just because I have kids, even after they meet me. Can you play the Greg? Did you find the Greg Booker video?
This is it. All right, here we go.
Media wants you to hold two binary contradicting thoughts. The first one is Iran is this post-revolutionary state on the brink of collapse, while also being, in the words of Kamala Harris, our greatest adversary. The second is that the people of Iran yearn for freedom and regime change, while also being, when it's convenient, an apocalyptic death cult that wants to wash the world in nuclear fire. And it's all BS. So we just finished an episode on Colonial Outcasts with Sarah and Tehran. We're actually going to have a real conversation about what real people talk about. If you're interested, go on over to rfemedia.com and check out War and Women, Life, Freedom, Interpreting Iran in the Media. So I think it's pretty good and pretty informative. And no, it's not paywall. So you may as well just go over there, link in stories, and subscribe for free.
I also want to say, I wish Sabby made clips on Sabby Sabs made clips on Instagram or X so I can share her clips. But she has a really good episode where it's called Americans Are in Trouble, and she goes into lengths explain with this reporter who explains, I think his name is Scott Ritter, and he's really good on like anti-war, about how the interview with our friend of the show, Laura Loomer, interviewed Zelensky, and he's explaining how they're like soft launching certain technologies in Ukraine so that they can use them here. And he's predicting that Russia is going to soon send or deploy, I believe, 500,000 troops to Ukraine to distract us from Iran. And Iran, because they're friends, are going to do the same at the same time to exhaust us militarily, because we're in a proxy war there, and then we're in a full blown out war over here. So none of these people are our friends. None of these governments are good people. But we, the actual real people, the citizens of all these different countries in the world, are the ones that are going to have to suffer through it. We are pawns in their games of chess. I'm not sure who I want to maybe direct this question to all of you guys. I really recommend that episode with Sabi Sabs with Scott Ritter on her YouTube show. But it's looking bleak to me. I don't know how you guys see it, and it makes me really sad to think that we're going to just send more Americans out there again and boots on the ground, and that's not going to end nicely. And it's sad, and I always cry and complain about when there are innocents lost in other countries, but it's especially sad when it happens to Americans, especially working class Americans who had that little carrot dangled in front of their face to join the military, and they go and die for these wars. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Was that what are you playing? Was that the bomb near
I
the
think
nuclear
that
plant?
Iran has killed 17 of our soldiers, and they're bombing our allies as we speak. This is a video of it. And I think we need to show we're no longer weak. That's what I think. And I say balls to the wall. Let's fucking go. Because if we don't win this, we are going to be a target. I'm telling you. If we don't win this war, we are in trouble for real.
Do you think balls to the wall means is this a video of them almost hitting the nuclear reactor? Or
yes, this is Iran
okay.
bombing our ally. Yeah, but
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I mean, depending on who you ask, they don't think nobody's our ally over there. And it's not Israel, it's Bahrain.
Mhm.
That
Well, the Gulf states are self-interested. They're monarchs and dictatorships. But yeah, I mean, I agree. The full-out war on both sides. I mean, people are gonna die. Do you think balls to the wall will end in a nuclear disaster?
yeah, I do. I think either we're gonna send troops in or we're gonna have to nuke them. I don't want either. Let me be clear. I would prefer we send troops in than we use a nuke. Because once we use a nuke, Russia's gonna do the same.
My heart.
Yeah, it feels like an inevitable, feels like inevitable World War III. And I
What
pray
does your
like
mom? What does your mom think? Since she's a your mom's Democrat, right?
yeah,
You're
yeah,
Democrat, retired military personnel. What does she think?
I don't know if she thinks anything in particular as far as like what we should do, or I guess she's just like you. She just thinks it's sad young people are gonna get put on the ground and go into war for someone who doesn't care anything about them. My mom doesn't really have any opinions on like Israel. You know, a lot of stuff is like I present them, my mother and my uncle and like other veterans, like new information. Like I think it kind of gives them PTSD to be thinking about new wars and stuff like that, having already been through it. But I think it's inevitable because we know Donald Trump. He's not gonna, if he feels that any deal that any way in not favorable and not in his favor, he's not gonna make the deal. So, and I feel like the same at this point for Iran, because now it's an ego thing too. You know, they don't want to back down just as much as Americans don't want to back down. And the saddest part about it all is Netanyahu just sitting back, rubbing his hands. Like, this is, I feel like this has been his ultimate plan because what has it been like 20, 30 years? He's been trying to get every American president to go to war with Iran. He finally got this big dummy. So it's like, yeah, you're right. We are in an inevitable situation where there's going to be boots on the ground.
No, Nora, your mom's an anti-Trump veteran?
My mom does not like Trump. She hates Trump. And you know what she says about this? Iran's been a problem. Iran has, and she served in the military for 8 years. Iran has been a problem.
But you know, we made the Middle East a problem. Like when the first Bush administration went over there, providing those countries with weapons, like we do all over the world. That's why it's like you say, like, oh, these groups, Al Qaeda, Hamas, Hezbollah, all these groups are terrorist groups, but it's the same situation as I'll tell you in the South Side of Chicago. The South Side of Chicago is known for gang violence, right? Well, why did those gangs in Chicago start? The GDs, the Black Disciples. Why did these gangs start? Was because when blacks moved in during the Great Migration, white immigrants that are already there were terrorizing the black citizens that were just there to make money, to make a better life. So these gangs were created in response to that. And then down the line, you have the government come in, the FBI, CIA, and they manipulate these groups into terrible situations. You know, they manipulate them into things that they didn't start as. So it's the same thing all over the world with these terrorist groups that are attacking our soldiers and things like that. For example, in South America, how we fund militia groups against governments that we don't like, that are socialist, they're communist. So it's like a chicken before the egg type of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Kamal, do you think, I don't know if you know anybody in the military personally, or do you think that we're going to end up with troops on the ground?
I know a bunch of niggas in the military, you feel me? Shout out to Tyson and fucking y'all know who the fuck y'all is. Dimples. They in the Navy and shit. They used to be in the Navy and stuff like that. Shout out to y'all, you feel me? James, y'all know who y'all is. You feel me? I think it's gonna be boots on the ground and fuck all that. I don't want to lose. I am at least I know what the racism is right now. Cause if these niggas win, I don't know what the fuck gonna happen. Y'all talking $10, $12 gas? Nah, man, I'm we know they be owning certain liquor stores and gas stations and shit, and we know how they be treating us as Black Americans. Nah, I don't know if I can deal with that. Come out the elbow, a nigga. Telling you right now, I don't want to take the L. Right? Mm-hmm. Do I want to go to war? Who the fuck want to go to war? You got to start asking these people, y'all. Everybody be like, yeah, I want to go to war. Have y'all ever been in a fight?
Lindsey
Have you
Graham
ever thrown hands?
He
feel me?
Think about war. Rest in peace. He just said, "Who the drones? I just want to help the people of Israel."
You do a really good Lindsay.
I know. I just want the drones. They just do something to me.
I want to drone up my little patootie myself. I want someone to little drone my little patootie, my little pink patootie. I want someone to shove a drone up my ass, please.
Yo.
R.I.P. the GOAT, the best and greatest warmonger to ever live. He's not. He was the fucking biggest. He's the biggest warmonger I've ever known. Nobody tops him, especially with his rhetoric and his hatefulness. Nobody tops Lindsey Graham. He's not allowed to be gay. He is not allowed to be gay. I am a very gay mother on behalf of all the gays. Lindsey Graham is not allowed to be gay. He is disowned by the gay community.
I was not gay. I'm married to the people of Israel. Because I am the Mother Teresa of Israel.
He was married to the freaking state of Israel. We should do a whole Lindsey Graham special. I think I'm gonna try to do that one right now. I didn't have time to send you guys any of the Texas clips. Technical difficulties. I think I'm just gonna buy a new fucking laptop and get Verizon Fios. Do any of you guys have Verizon Fios?
I have AT&T.
Got that. just tell us what's going on in Texas with Talarico and Paxton, though. You ain't got no clips. So we just talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, there's a new poll that puts Talarico up in Texas, which is gonna flip Texas, which is crazy. I think up by like 5 points. I wish Mia was here because she's really into this topic. When I showed her the clip of that AG for Texas that's running against him was caught on the 4th of July in a trip to Italy with his mistress. And she was cracking up because I can't even tell you exactly who the freaking AG is, but apparently he's like a hateful person. And when I showed her the clip of him getting caught on the 4th of July on a vacation outside of the country with his mistress, she said something funny like, how inherently American. On the 4th of July, you're politician, AG of the state of Texas. Look at that. He's up. A freaking
Well, I
Democrat.
know it's real because Fox News is saying it. And I'm not saying that Fox News is wrong. I'm just saying they want to push the BS that he's losing if it wasn't true.
They wouldn't want to admit it, right? They would not want to admit it. But look at that. It looks like a Texas Senate poll has a Democrat up in the great state of Texas. How crazy is that?
I mean,
Good.
No, it's all good. I know some people. Shout out to Brian, right? He live in Texas, and he's talking about like Texas is leaning towards the blue wave, like you say, Nora, right? You know who should be really mad, right? I hate to say it, Jasmine Crockett needs to be pissed off right now. Because this guy Talarico that sound like a Mexican candy, he went in, swooped in silently, and took her position. She did all that groundwork on digital medias and shit, and then Talarico came out of nowhere. Let's be real. I didn't know about James Talarico until like a month before they had their own little vote off, and Bert ended up winning. So I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, I would be pissed if I was Jasmine Crockett.
Is he APAC funded? Talarico?
What happened?
Is he APAC funded?
He's not, but he's not progressive. He's like a centrist Democrat. He's just not.
But
APAC
you know
funded.
who was APAC funded? That bitch Jasmine Crockett, and she's
Jasmine Crockett.
So there you go. And no, you know what? She shouldn't be mad, Kamal. She should be glad because at least she lost to the winner. It would have sucked if they voted him over her and Talarico went or loses. Like then it would have sucked.
Right. And then imagine if she went, she would not have beat the AG. She is so goofy and silly. She would not have beat this cheating ass motherfucker, even with his little mistress.
Y'all ain't gonna disrespect the black woman in front of me now.
Oh my God.
Y'all better stop it, goddamn it.
I'm gonna say what I always say about Jasmine Crockett.
We gotta go back to the community after this podcast.
I'm gonna say what I always say because I always compliment Jasmine Crockett when I talk about her. She is beautiful. She is a beautiful woman. She has no pores. She's always dressed to the T. Her hair, her skin, her nails, always perfect. She looks like a Barbie. She should model. She should get out of politics. She should stop politicking and devote her life to modeling because she is beautiful. And that's the only nice thing I have to say about her. Everything outside of that, that girl is a mess. She's not what's up. She's goofy. She's really silly. I wish Skeptic was here because she's in Texas. I would be curious as to what she thinks about this. She's probably gonna vote for James Talarico. Of
She
course,
should.
she's Democrat. Yeah.
I mean, even if she's mad, I'm sure she would rather him than a Republican. I'm just saying because she hates the Republican. So
yeah.
Ain't Talarico Hispanic?
I don't think so, but I like that description that you said that he sounds like a Mexican sour candy. That was funny. But I don't think he's Hispanic.
Let me ask Rock, what race is he?
Yeah. And then also I sent a chat in the chat a video of the girl. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. My bad.
No. I was just gonna say that I don't know if you guys have seen that girl who's like an OnlyFans fan, who's like a conservative, going around trending because she literally records herself in like a position showing her vag on video. Have you guys seen it? She wears like tight leggings and she's like stumping for Israel. And
I
the
ain't see
video,
that. That's not a part of my algorithm.
Yeah, mine
if
either.
you guys see,
Yeah.
I think give me a second because I do want to end on a funny note. I'll send it to you guys, but it's been trending. There's a girl who's like an OnlyFans model and she's being paid who knows how much. Israel will do the same thing.
Hey, can y'all put Ray FBA comment up there, please? Now that shit sending me into a frenzy.
Yeah.
Y'all see that shit?
What did Ray say?
What
the hell?
Who is that?
Oh, he's Italian. Talarico's Italian. Okay.
Oh, okay. Good to know. I sent the video in the chat, but this has been really funny. It's not porn, but there's this girl who's an OnlyFans model who's already very rich and very beautiful. This girl
around social media, this very weird, bizarre position that this woman is choosing to sit in.
She sits like this.
Muslims. I don't need to actually play any of what she's saying because it's just anti-Muslim hatred and bigotry. Who is this woman? Nobody knows. Why does she have such a professional setup that looks like it costs a lot of money? Nobody knows. Now, I thought that video was slightly sus because why is somebody who we've never heard of in a very expensive podcast studio sitting there, vag hanging out, talking about how much she hates Muslims? And then I was reminded of this article from Dropsite News of a leaked report and a study that was done to test different ways that the Israeli regime could gain support again in the West. And one of their key findings was that as Israel was losing more and more support in Europe and in America, they found in their research that there is a plethora, plenty to go around in the West of anti-Muslim bigotry and Islamophobia. And so they found that it was easier for them to get people to hate Muslims and fear radical Islam and jihadism than it was to get people to support Israel. Israel's best tactic to combat this, according to the study, is to foment fear of radical Islam and jihadism. This is from their own report, you guys. The Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which is their Hasbara, their propaganda wing. It's what they refer to often as the Eighth Front War when they're talking about the media fight. What Netanyahu
So you guys saw her though at the beginning? She's literally like the camera.
War now. They commissioned this poll to perform a sweeping battery of surveys and focus groups, coupled with message testing, aiming at rehabilitating Israel's image both in the US and Europe. So with all that in mind, let's circle back now to what's her camel toe and ask yourself, what is the purpose of this video? Soon thereafter, in early 2026, Israel approves a $1 billion Hasbara budget to push their narrative across a multitude of platforms, influencers, media outlets, advertising firms, films, etc. And then when you look at that, all of a sudden there is a huge uptick, even more so than usual, because let's keep it real, we're already incredibly Islamophobic and bigoted against Muslims, but it's definitely gone up. And if you're wondering why, this is why. This is also why it's incredibly important for those who actually believe in Palestinian liberation, human rights, to continue to push back against this, because this is what we are up against. The reason why the narrative was able to change is because people kept telling the truth over and over and over again and pushing back against these lies. If people stop talking about it, if people stop pushing back on it, they will win by virtue of just how much output and money they have. So it's incumbent on everybody to continue to speak out against this and to continue to push back on their lies. Free Palestine.
So $1 billion that they're pushing in like just advertising and social media and all that. Israel, if you are listening, please reach out. I could sit like that. I will gladly sit like that if you pay me. I will spew whatever you need. Like at this point,
you about to be an Officer Tatum?
Give me a pie of that $1 billion, please.
Like anybody said like that and try to deliver a message, it's like counterproductive because I'm not gonna hear anything with a taco. Just
Exactly. So she sits like that in all her videos. She's literally like that. You guys saw it, right? She kind of covered it up a little bit, but it's hilarious because she talks and then she makes these sexual gestures. Like she'll grab the microphone and she'll like caress the microphone while she's literally like with her. So I've seen a lot of, maybe it's just because my algorithm is skewed and I see a lot of lefty stuff, but
she's a fan.
she sits like that.
As
Yeah.
a congresswoman, I mean, she's literally a
Yeah, so that's how she sits. And she's beautiful. And look at her skin, her hair. I can tell she takes her vitamins every day. And I can tell, but look at how she's sitting. So she's been getting a lot of views. She's been getting a lot of views. Alex, this question is for you. Is this enough to persuade you to not like Muslims and be more sympathetic to Israel?
Oh, and she doesn't have kids.
I don't even know what you just asked because I'm still looking at that.
She also, yes, like Nora said, she also does not have kids.
No, I can't do it. I got too many Palestinian friends. They'll stone me.
People that stone you.
No, hell no.
Oh, Kamal, do you find this persuasive, Kamal?
She got to be black.
She hitting us with the only politics. I feel you. I ain't gonna lie though. I think the other broad was hating, the Butch Cassidy broad. I didn't know if her name was gonna be Tina or Todd. You feel me?
In all fairness, she calls herself gender neutral and fluid. So you're not wrong, Kamal. She doesn't go by he, she. She's one of the 55 genders that exist.
Yes, I actually like her. She's really good on Palestine. She considers herself non-binary or something like that. Yeah, she's really beautiful though.
Wait a minute. Time out. Time out. Wait a minute. Nora said this woman says she's 55 genders.
And she's married to a man. That's the other confusing thing.
Is she pegging the man?
Do you know her?
At this point, she gotta be pegging, bruh. Ain't no way.
Yes,
like her. I do like her. But let me tell you why I made the comment about keep the lefties away from the children. I don't like shit like that. I'm gonna be real with you. I do like her. I don't like shit like that. But she's an adult. I can't tell her how to live. She's an adult.
True that.
I do watch her content.
The chick that's showing right now, yeah, I'm not gonna be listening to anything she's saying either. She's sitting like this.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I mean.
You feel me?
I can't retain any information like that.
Yeah, this shit just looked goofy in the first place. You feel me? I ain't even gonna hold you. But damn, 55 genders?
You know how many genders are? I gotta ask the lefties on the panel. How many genders are there? I'm not making it up. How many genders are there?
Gender and sex. Go ahead, Alex.
I think in California there's 55.
Like I'm not trying to be funny.
Hold on, bro. You can't talk about my state like that, bro.
Chicago is too, right?
Okay, I'll give my nuanced answer. Gender and sex are different. There are 2 sexes, 2.5 sexes, because sometimes there are quote unquote deformities.
I'm not saying
but genders, in respect to genders, I think gender is fluid. I don't know if there's 55. I do think that a lot of it gets silly. I think 55 sounds silly. I think 4 or 5 sounds nice, right? Female, male, stud, femme.
I don't think it's that. I think just some guys have like a more feminine spirit. You know what I mean? Like Prince. You know, like he's like a woman. You're not gonna tell me like oh, Prince got girls. Like, come on, bro. You got on assless chaps and heels, bro. Like, nah, we done with the 80s, Prince. Like, R.I.P. Like, but it's like, come on now, like, but I don't know. I think it's more of a spiritual thing than like a gender number. You know, some guys got a little more honey in the pot than others, I guess. Like Diddy, you know, Diddy.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. Let me ask y'all this real quick. All right. Since we on the gender shit, right? We don't really talk about it on here. How do y'all feel about being called cisgender? I want to hear y'all take on it first, and I have my opinion.
I think that's silly.
Is that like the regular? That's just
No,
regular.
yeah, cis just means heterosexual. Like
Yeah,
you
see, I
are
don't
the
like
gen
that's
you're
too
the
close
gender
to
you're
sus.
born.
It's like it's too close to sus gen. I don't like that. I don't know if y'all say sus in Cali. We say sus in Chicago. Like it sounds like you say sus gender. So it's like no, like we're just regular. I don't want to say normal. We're just regular, Yeah, we're just hetero.
Yeah. I just think a lot of the
You're-
liberal like virtue signaling is a bit much. It's kind of like the Democrats pushing for war and putting a rainbow flag on a war helmet, right? Like we're still going to go to war, but we're going to put a little rainbow hat on it, you know? And I remember for a while too when like what's his name? Canada Prime Minister, he's dating Katy Perry. What's his name? He's really ugly. I remember when he was trying to Justin Trudeau, he was trying to, I remember there was a speech where he was speaking and he corrects himself and he says, "Oh, we don't say mankind, we say people kind." You know, shit like that. But meanwhile, they're like the same neoliberal, like pushing these same narratives. I don't think it's 55 genders. I don't know how many genders there are. I don't know how many dimensions there are. But I do believe in, you know, live and let live. People have the right to, I have a lot of stud friends, I have a lot of gay friends, I have trans friends. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But
Alex, you're not a leftist. Stop the cap. You just said that.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm like the left centerist, like Obama.
Yeah, I don't know. You're not a leftist. You should know how many genders there are, and you should be defending it right now. There's 35.
That's why this country is so murked up now. Because when I was younger, it's like it was clear cut what a Democrat was, and like all our gay friends, they had their own little bubble, and then somehow they just kind of like got into put rainbows on the wall, and you know, it's just like dildos, and we were just like, hey, when did we become this? You know, like that's one of the biggest political issues with America right now. It's like the old leftists and the new leftists, we're not getting along. It's just
oh man, you lost me at Obama. You just compared yourself to Obama. Well, this was a nice show. Nora, I'm gonna send you a gift. I have your address because you shipped me a shirt once. I'm gonna send you something nice. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my internet. I don't know if I'm being monitored or not, or I don't know if it was intentional, but overall this was a great show. Thanks for stepping in and saving my ass. I was so stressed. So thank you, Nora. I am gonna end the show with Alex. At the end, we give closing thoughts about what you think about the show and the things that we talked about. So I'm gonna put it to you. Please give us your closing thoughts. And then I have a very important question for you because we met on Hinge and we went on a date. Would you or would you not marry me?
yeah. I mean, yeah, I would.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Wait, pause for a second. Don't answer the question yet. Wait.
Hey, you know what?
Don't talk. No, here we go.
Wi-Fi, baby.
What's the real answer?
I feel like it would just be irresponsible to answer that at this point. I wouldn't even be being real. Like, I don't want to not be real. That's it wouldn't be Chicago of me. Like, no, I can't even do that. Like.
They're eating the dogs. The people that came in.
I will say, she's a Libra, I'm a Sagittarius, so it is a natural match. So there's high probability. If we were Hindu, they put us together. I'll say like that.
And then your closing thoughts, please. What did you think about the show? And thanks for coming on. Don't date me on Hinge or I'll embarrass you and I'll bring you on the show. I'll bring you on the show and I'll embarrass you if you talk to me on Hinge.
I was just telling my buddy, like, how did the Hinge day turn into a podcast appearance? I don't know, but that's just look at God, right? Like, I think it's a great show. You three seem like great people. seems pretty informative. Great dialogue, a little comedy here and there. Like I think it's a great show, and I had fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ziggy tried you, Kim. He said, Alex, the only answer to that question is why would you? Damn.
Well, he already let me know he wouldn't have gone on a date with me if he knew I had kids. So he didn't even take the time to look at my profile. It says I have kids. He already had me on Instagram. He didn't look at my Instagram. I post my kids. So I didn't trick him. There was no trickery.
I wasn't being nosy. Like I just wasn't being nosy. I don't know. I gotta be more nosy.
You should. Nora, thank you for stepping in. You are the superstar of the show. What are your closing thoughts?
My closing thought is this, ladies, know your value and then add tax, okay? You should never be asking no man to marry you. You should know you are a 10 out of 10. And if a man don't want to be with you, deuces, peace. But anyways, yeah, the US dollar is plummeting. Our troops are in danger. A blue wave is coming. The end.
Come on.
I can clock it. Damn. Hold on. Where are my sound effects? Since we playing sound effects and shit, you feel me? God damn. Okay.
Come on, what are your closing thoughts?
Because Nora was like, put a tax on that shit. Know your value plus the tax. God damn. Well, can I be like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and not pay taxes? Anyway, shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out to Alex, bro. Appreciate you being on here, bro. Thank you so much. Shout out to Kim hosting, you feel me? Nora, superstar of the day, coming in, helping out with the hosting. Y'all go follow the new party, hit the notification bell so you know when they go live and stuff like that. Also, shout out to everybody in the chat. The chat was very tame. We only had one cuckoo in the chat today. That was early in the chat. Other than that, man, the chat was. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Y'all being informative, having the jokes. Y'all weren't agreeing on everything, but y'all weren't like deranged. Like sometimes we have some deranged people in the chat at times. But anyway, if y'all want to follow me on my end, go over to Kamal Johnson on YouTube. I do appreciate the show today. The dollar is falling. We've been knowing that shit. Dollar been falling since what, 19 freaking 30? Haven't the dollar been falling since the Great Depression, or has it been since the 40 or 50s? I don't know.
Since
the
the
dollar has
60s.
been the 60s, right? Ain't that about a bitch? As soon as we get civil rights, the dollar start falling. So it shows you something, right? Anyway, yeah, the war that's going on in Iran and shit like that. Yeah, I agree with Nora. I think Boots gonna be on the ground. We got no choice. And I really don't want to take an L. I know I don't want to see no war, but damn it, war been happening since the beginning of fucking time. So at this point, Boots is gonna be on the ground, I guess. You feel me? And I know damn well none of us on this panel want to pay goddamn $10 to $12 for gas. Okay. And then what was the last thing we talked about? Well,
the James Talarico.
Talarico! Shout out to you, bruh. Sounding like a goddamn Mexican hot candy, bro. I see you doing your thing. A lot of people in Texas is saying they're gonna go blue. I done talked to a couple people, heard a couple people. Yeah, man. I guess Talarico about to be the governor. Is that what's happening? I think that's what's happening. He's about to be the new governor. Senator, my bad. Senator, I think Greg, the governor, Greg Abbott, right? I think he the governor.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, Talarico's about to win this shit. I will have to say this. If Jasmine Crockett just acted her normal self, I'm pretty sure she would be where Talarico is at. But when you inauthentic, right? That's when you take the L. Take a page from Kamala Harris. All right, y'all have a great weekend. I'm out of here. Peace, y'all.
Am I on the main screen now?
Yes. Yes.
Today was a mess, but it was hilarious. I just to clarify, I was not asking a man to marry me. I was putting him on the spot because it was hilarious. It was embarrassing. And we're friends now. But yeah, so I really encourage you guys to watch that episode. Actually, 2 episodes on Sabby Sabs. I push her a lot. I watch a lot of Sabby Sabs. With respect to the 30% depreciation of purchasing power, which has been falling since the inception of the Federal Reserve. That's intentional. And also very sad to see, but we all are in agreement. Can't unsee it. They're soft launching, boots on the ground. It's going to be sad. Sad to see Americans are going to die yet again for another useless war in the Middle East. That's the majority of the cause of our trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars of debt. And if the Senate flips Democrat in the state of Texas, that would be groundbreaking. And yeah, I mean, Jasmine Crockett, she would have been funner to look at. It's going to be a lot of the same. They're probably going to vote the same, but she would have been a lot funner to look at than James Talarico. But he's not APAC funded, and that Crockett is an APAC shill. So there we are. And then also the whole girl with her. You guys should I really encourage you guys to go watch all of the memes where people are making fun of her because they are hilarious. Thank you, Nora, for stepping in. Thank you, Kamal, for your jokes. You should try stand-up comedy. And thank you, my friend Alex, for joining us and talking to us on the podcast today. You all have a good night. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel on YouTube and follow us all on social media. Kamal, Nora, Alex, and Kim.
Sisters,
We shall not yield to tyranny.
our cause just we will prevail. The fight
Hello,
for our
history
rights.
buffs. Ready for a journey back? Look at this encampment. The spirit of 76 is alive.
Bobby, at this
Hello,
point,
history.
shame on you. Shame on you. Because we are being played as the American people. Our money is funding a war that we don't need to be in. We shouldn't be okay with it. So as long as I have breath in my body and a mic to use, I will be speaking out against this.
A true patriot savors these moments, but the fight for liberty calls.
The economy, we have a global economy that's we're a number one economy in the world. I know that a lot of people want to paint the horrible view of America, but go live somewhere else and then tell me America's bad.
Patriotism is all about. Look at these flags. They represent our fight for liberty.
This
is
is
what
so
American-
freaking crazy to me that we have an conflict with Iran before a single person from the Epstein files has been arrested on American soil.
The hour of our liberty is at hand. For freedom is brava. Brothers
Yeah, I
and
was
sisters.
working, man, but it's good to see Rippy out there handling business, man. And again, hey, that's a lot of black Trump supporters, man. I mean, it feels good to see them, man. So
My fellow patriots, the hour of decision is upon us. Let us march forth with courage to secure our liberty.
A real coach. People are getting sick of it. The moment a celebrity steps slightly outside the leftist approved narrative, they get attacked. Chili from TLC gets heat over allegedly donating to Donald Trump.
For liberty. The British advance. We must act.
Our supplies are low, but morale is high.
Then we fight for liberty.
Pain to War captures the spirit of we fight for independence.
The
Welcome to
people
my
that said they were anti-war. I think they said no new wars. Yeah, they voted for a president that was not going to start any new wars. And what's funny to me is that not only were you lied to, not only did this man start this and get out of the
freedom. Greetings from the encampment. The spirit of liberty is strong. We will fight for our rights and our freedom.
Just in order to get the Greater Israel Project accomplished, you have to kill people. That's why it's wrong. Killing people is wrong. Full stop. So you can try to make sense of it with, well, it's a threat and this and that. There's no greater threat than the United States empire.
Vocabulary up because I'm throwing out words like hubris, acquiesce, verbose, What are you going to do about the dichotomy of the nuance?
To the encampment. Liberty.
And what I've learned, and I'm not a liberal or a Democrat. I voted for Trump the first time, but he's become a politician. He lies like all the other politicians. He deceives like all the other politicians.
And flaming! Soldiers, the enemy is near.
Not only do I love my FBA fam, my Black American fam, my Black people on code, you know, my people that's allies with us, as part of the fam. I love y'all. I love my country too. You feel me?
The cause to victory.
To victory. These pastries are wonderful.
Indeed, but we must stay vigilant.